Good afternoon. It's time. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mill Day. Clear my throat. It's your host, the clear of the throat, Mike C, of course. And the star of the show, as always, it's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. We have a lot to go over today. But first, in front of Bucky today, Bucky, what do you have in front of you? We went to Barnes & Noble on Saturday, and they actually had both draft magazines, which I think is early, but that's fine. And I got one of the 2 or 3 magazines I buy each year. This is one of them. It's Lindy's Pro Football Draft Magazine. Very excited to have it. I've glanced through it. Doesn't have as many pictures as it has in the past, but it's still a great magazine, and I'm looking forward to reading it. Like I said, I've glanced at it a little bit. A lot of information, of course. 200 or 475 players they have. Holy cow. But we have a lot of information to go over, Bucky, including 4 Lions mock drafts. First, I want to say we had, at last check, 34 views last week. That's fantastic for me. I mean, that's almost double of my subscriptions. Didn't have any new ones, but that's all right. It may have changed in the last hour, maybe 35. I don't know, at least 34. So I'm very excited, very happy about that. Today, my brother sent me an email to tell me it was Bobby Orr's 75th birthday, the great defenseman of the Boston Bruins. I remember him very, very young. I remember seeing the Stanley Cup where he got flipped in the air after scoring the game-winning goal, cup-winning goal, actually. And one of the all-time great players. If he didn't have his knee injuries, I think he probably would be the greatest ever. But greatest defenseman easily, and super fantastic player, and one of my favorites. He's actually on the Blackhawks for a little while, but his knees were pretty much shot. We've got congratulations to the Lady Badgers hockey team. I watched the entire game, probably the first ladies hockey game I've ever watched. It was the most exciting, but it was riveting because the Badgers scored a goal in the first quarter, and that was it. And they shut out the Ohio State 1-0 for their 7th NCAA Women's Hockey Championship. So congratulations to all the Lady Badgers and Mark Johnson, their coach. And just a fantastic team. They were unranked when they went into the tournament. They beat the 3rd ranked, the 2nd, and the 1st ranked team. So they earned it. And it was a good game, very good game, and a lot of great goaltending. And at times it went back and forth. They were outplayed, and they outplayed Ohio State. Their defense played very well. And so congratulations to that, to the Lady Badgers. Big news on the Lions front. This was last night, and caught me by surprise. The Lions signed free agent safety C.J. Gardner of the Eagles, and Gardner Johnson, excuse me. He was the number 3 ranked free agent left, according to NFL Network. Great safety. He had 6 interceptions last year. Lions secondary is getting serious. Now they got 2 new corners and a great safety. They could draft another one in the draft, obviously, which we'll get to later. Just a great sign. They have to be favorites to win the NFC North, and they're making some serious upgrades to maybe going even further. So I'm very excited about that. It came pretty much out of nowhere, and great signing for them. The other news, they had Romeo Okwara, their edge. He took a salary. They renegotiated his salary, took an almost $9 million cut. So they freed up all that money to sign probably another player. Hopefully it'll be one of the great linebackers. They also signed a long snapper, which is okay. they might re-sign C.J. Chark, which again is okay. I'd rather have him sign a linebacker, to be honest with you. But still, great news. They're making great picks. They're making great signings. Not overspending. It was a 1-year contract for $8 million, I think, for Johnson. So they're being very smart about it, and everybody's talking about it. And it's great. It's fantastic. It's unknown territory almost, Bucky. But it's great to be a Lions fan right now, and you still got the draft coming up, and we'll see what happens there. Now I have 3. Well, I actually have 4. I have 4 Lions mock drafts. I might go over all of them. It depends. Depends on if I can see or not, because my eyes are getting kind of bad. Because I'm reading too much. So the first one, this has never happened before. Those are my glasses, by the way. Both Jalen Carter and Will Anderson popped up in the first mock that I did for the Lions. Never had that happen. So I went with Jalen Carter, defensive tackle from Bama. And was he from Clemson? I can't remember. I think he's from Clemson. Well, one of the two. I should know that by now. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I'll put that in the comments. Then I went with, because I didn't write that down, Anthony Richardson, quarterback from Florida. He was there at 18. I thought, why in the heck? They hit on him. Holy cow, he's a talented young man. I've never picked him before. Then I went with Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas. And then a couple picks later, Trenton Simpson, linebacker from Clemson. So I just went back to back and really shored up that linebacker. So I thought 2 great picks there. Then I went with Cedric Tillman, a wide receiver from Tennessee. So he's fast. Eric Gray, which I pick a lot, running back from Oklahoma. And then I picked Nick Brocker, interior offensive lineman from Mississippi. And then Davis Allen, tight end from Clemson. Next mock, I went with Tyree Wilson, edge from Texas Tech. Kalijah Casey, defensive interior from Pitt. Tanner McGee, quarterback from Stanford. New players. Got to pick new players once in a while, Bucky. Luke Whippler, looks like, center from The Ohio State. And Garrett Williams, cornerback from Syracuse. And I didn't get all drafts because I mistakenly clicked out of it, but close enough. My third one, I got Will Anderson this time, edge from Bama. I think Carter's from Clemson then, yeah. Deontay Banks, cornerback, Maryland, very high on him. He's a very good cornerback. Then I go with Steve Avila, guard from TCU. Then I put Sam Laporte, looks like. I can't name. Sam Laporte. Tight end from Iowa. Eli Ricks, cornerback from Bama. That's something I pick a lot. I just like Bama players. They're obviously well coached. Moro Ojamu, defensive interior, from Texas. And Aiden Correll, quarterback from Purdue. Purdue's had some very good quarterbacks in the past. And again, Eric Gray, half running back from Oklahoma. On my last mock for the Lions, I went Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from Oregon. Jackson Smith Najabe, wide receiver. I don't have written down where he's from. That's all right. I think it's from, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Felix, I can't make that out. Alzoa, edge from Kansas State. I've got Dijon Hardy, edge from Washington State. I can't read my own writing. Well, nobody else. Well, the one player I want to mention, I got an edge, Yaya Digby from Louisville. So just to get that in there. I mean, the colleges right now don't really matter that much. It's more of the player, obviously. So there's some mocks that I did for the Lions, but lot of information coming out. I saw reports that Jonathan Tays from the Blackhawks might retire, which is not a surprise. Kane's doing okay on the Rangers. I don't know if he scored again. I know he got one goal at least, but we'll see how that goes. Suki's laying down next to me, and but yeah, it's a ton of news. Lions are making great moves. I'm very excited, and I still have to like them to get one more a quarterback. My preference is Matt Ryan, and get a linebacker. And the name escapes me right now, but there's a couple out there that are really good. And I think the Lions are set until the draft, which is coming up quickly. So that's it for now. Not too much else. Reds are, who cares? They're not doing anything anyway. But I just want to mention them. But again, congratulations to the Lady Badgers, and seventh. That's a record. So that's cool. And so the Lions are doing well. Lady Badgers are doing well. Wisconsin is in the NIT tournament basketball. They're playing Oregon next, so they can do well in that. That's fine. The Badgers head football coach just had a press conference the other day. I listened to some of that. I'm very impressed with him. I'm looking forward to seeing him coach and develop a really strong team coming up. So for that, Bucky, I think it's time to say goodbye. And again, thanks for all the views, and hopefully this one does as well. And maybe we can get some more subscribers. That'd be great. So for Mike C, and of course, the star of the show, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And be safe, be kind, and tell somebody you love them. All right, bye now.